Good evening, devotees of Shirdi Baba, Narsimha Saraswati, and Sri Charana, Sri Pada Sri Vallabha, and all other Sadgurus that I may or may not know of. Happy Easter, and you all enjoyed Good Friday. This is a good Saturday. The third Saturday satsang, I invite all of you, because the premium economy is still empty. They will all be arriving, and I can't close the I can't close the gate, close the gate like they do in the airport. You got to be running into the aircraft. The doors are open. They can come even at the end of the satsang and enjoy the arati. Some people come after arati, enjoy the food. Some people want to give a phone call, hey, send it to go. Who said devotees are not smart? But it's a select gathering, and all of you being select, you will benefit a lot. Each and every one of you would be able to meet with our great Sadguru Uncle Shirdi Sai. You never know, tonight in the dream. My satsang today is the same thing, that so many people have not come. That's why I already very well timed topic. 107 years later, you are all, devotees are still discovering Shirdi Baba. 107 years. 1918, October 15th to today is about approximately 107 years. Why is that sad thing in our lives? A lot of people who are contemporaries of Shirdi Baba, can you hear me? Clear? Contemporaries of Shirdi Baba also could not discover Shirdi Baba. Not that Shirdi Baba allowed everyone to discover him. The famous person who was supposed to be his disciple, two of them were eminently eligible to become disciples. One was, I have my waters. One was Upasni Maharaj, the other was Kaka Sahib Dikshit. Other than these two, nobody had any desire, neither were they eligible to become Shirdi Baba's disciples. Baba knew that, he developed Upasni Maharaj. Upasni Maharaj ran away. It couldn't even take the rigors of getting into your discipleship. He ran away to Sakori, you know what, he went to Gorakhpur in North India, Uttar Pradesh, on the right side is Gorakhpur, near Nepal border. And he came back to Sakori, he never went back to Shirdi. Kaka Sahib Dikshit, he was completely prepared, much to the chagrin and dismay of Mrs. Kaka Sahib Dikshit, who came and pleaded with Shirdi Baba several times. Baba said, no, I have chosen him and he is meant for this. You have come to know by now that Baba chooses people to become what he wants them to become. It is not your choice. Several janmas, you have been struggling several janmas, bad karmas, good karmas. How, the Sadgurus convert bad karma into good karma. And I have very clearly, very briefly, highly briefly explained, not 750 pages, 250 pages, one paragraph of Nirvikalpa Sthiti. The host was able to tell me, both of them, what is Nirvikalpa Sthiti and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Not much different. Samadhi is a very different state. If you follow this satsang, if you listen and remove all your inner noise, removing the inner noise itself is a very great topic. If you go to internet, Mohanji talks about it. Coimbatore Sadguru, you all know him, right? He's very popular, perhaps more popular than Shirdi Sai. He talks about how to remove all the inner contests, trials and tribulations, the inner battles that everyone wages every day. All these things you have to conquer, and he has given umpteen lectures on the internet. Mohanji has done the same thing. When they do all these things, they are trying to explain what I have said. Baba has said the same thing. In satsang, you listen very intently. A smaller disciple group is always good. Of course, our premium business class will be filled. Probably by 6:50 and 7:10, there will be a lot of noise. Because children will be playing there. Today, there is no noise. You banned all the children into the garage. Or they are all fond of playing cricket. I know that they are playing cricket perhaps until it starts raining. Please welcome him. And the ubiquitous question I said in the email is how to perform good karma, how to erase the bad karma. If you reach the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, everything in the world will become a Brahma. And in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Sthiti, everything appears Brahma. Because the inner noise is controlled. And then, once inner noise is controlled, the inner Sthiti becomes inner Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That is where Brahma becomes Parabrahma. When you reach Parabrahma, you become God. That is equivalent to our, Our consciousness level 7 plus. Long ago I explained. 7 plus is 8. Level 8 is God. You become God. You can become God. Like poet Kannadasan, poet laureate of Tamil Nadu in India, said, Manidan enbavan Devam agalam. And it goes on. Beautiful song, one of the most spiritual songs, the like of which you don't get these days. These days you get da da da, ta ta ta, natu natu natu. That's all the songs you get. That natu natu became universally popular. But a man can become God, did not become universally popular. Among Tamil people, it won an award, that song. Similarly, Jyoti Garu knows another song. She is fond of Kavinyar Kannadasan, poet Kannadasan. He wrote, Vadarthavan Tannire Varthavan Neere Paripadarago. The literal translation is, the one who watered, talking about God, the one who watered you, grew you into a plant, that is adulthood, can he take your life away? He has done that. Vadarthavan Tannire Varthavan. Beautiful in Tamil, but translation, it loses its, sweetness. Therefore here, Parabrahma, Brahma becomes Parabrahma, it increases the sweetness, and in this state, Sadguru will remove your pap, all your sins. Mama, when is that going to happen, Mama? It's going to, like Sripal Sri Vallabha says, it's going to take 100,000 years. 100,000 lakhs, lakhs and lakhs of births is 100,000 years, right? 1 lakh. If that is the case, you will erase all your bad karma. Here is an easier way. Think of Shirdi Baba, come to the satsang, Baba will remove your bad karma. I've been insisting on that for a very long time. For now, 25 years I have done this, more than 25, in personal satsangs, even in the college I used to do. Because I found out these Sadgurus can help you everywhere. They shrank my time, cycling time, to PSG Tech, Coimbatore. And then when the cycle was not liftable, huge cycle, a Mr. Coimbatore or Mr. Tamil Nadu or Mr. India came and just lifted, Thambi, you come with me, in Tamil. I have seen all these miracles. Time shrinking, and then the person leaving, and then going into the bus. The bus stops until I go there after parking my cycle in JM Bakery, the then bakery. PSG Tech bus is there, I get into that, the driver looks back, and that is Shirdi Baba. You won't believe, all my life is unbelievable. I wouldn't be sitting here and lecturing. The other day, I should have gone there and reached his feet at 161. No, he didn't. The same things will happen. Jyoti Garu is saying yes, because she met with another similar situation, the same 161 at the entry of 35 East North. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The tire went off, but she's still living here. Very happy, very sincerely doing her banking job and teaching music. How come these things are happening? That is why I'm saying 107 years later, I'm not saying you're all struggling to discover Shirdi Baba. You have not found Shirdi Baba. If you all have found Shirdi Baba, the entire South Haven will be sitting there on the roof, because premium first class is not enough. 250, 300 homes, right? We have invited everybody. Devotees of Shirdi Baba and non-devotees, everybody our hosts have taken care of. When I walk the street, they all say, hello, uncle. But uncle satsang, they have to come and say hello. Baba will be very happy. And when they are walking, when they are driving their Teslas, no damage will be done. Nowadays, particularly Tesla, right? People are waiting. Except me, everybody will be waiting. Where is a Tesla? That white Tesla in South Haven. The TV is full of news every day. Yesterday, somebody committed a robbery of Tesla. He goes and does something in the keyhole with a hood. It was shown on the TV yesterday. Don't worry, if you own a Tesla, you just change the name, okay, to Range Rover, that $168,000 car. Is that owner here? Range Rover? No. Okay. One devotee has that car. Karthik, did you buy one? He's planning. I could see his mind straight. I'm planning, uncle. 107 years ago, I will tell you how much I have found out. I really found out Shirdi Sai. To the mirthful audience here or everywhere in the world, I can tell you, that's why I told you have to develop this relationship in this world. If you have to develop this relationship, you got to live longer. When all your bad karma is gone, you live 100 years, 104 years. You'll one day appear on Fox 4, right? You'll say Vishal Sareen, Usha Sareen, 103 and 104. Because if you take Amway tonics and medicines, you better live 100 years. That's why Amway is meant for, right? I'm not a salesperson for Amway. I know Amway right from the time I came to this country, because they got me in a street corner in the university when I graduated. Sir, you look very charming, you talk good English. So said a person from Bihar. You talk good English, sir. You please come, sir. People are orators in Amway. People market extremely well. How come they couldn't market to Shirdi Sai? They left that job to me. Why I said that is, without marketing Shirdi Baba, you should know. A Kartik Kara you need. Very great devotee. Very sincere devotee. That's why he said, I'm going to buy that car. I will take you to Ashavali station near Nasik. But then, before I take you to Ashavali, where did you keep my papers? Yeah. When I was thinking about all these devotees for today, I suddenly thought of another young devotee who is not even in college. Yesterday there was an MIT bit in the primetime news, 5:30 NBC. I don't know how many of you watch primetime news. I wrote an essay in 1967 at PSG Tech. I was doing second year engineering. Quickly, title was Are We Alone in the Universe? I had to wait that long. If not 107 years, I waited long enough. Yesterday, the MIT student who is doing research gave me an answer. There is life in the planet called K218b. Have you heard of it yesterday? K218b. Some people have come to premium first class. This is 2.5 times the Earth size. I'm talking about a young devotee who is here in this congregation. This planet is 729 trillion miles away. Who is going to check? Your PhD is very easy. 2 professors are wondering, such students I invite because PhD, I need not check anything. It takes 274 trillion years to reach this planet if you go at the fastest rocket yet to be found by NASA or Mr. Sri Elon Musk. You have to give him a lot of respect. SpaceX. They are not found. 274 trillion years to reach. Our 2 professors are heaving a sigh of relief that such PhD students. A PhD student came on the TV yesterday. She spoke about the planet and there is no difference. They gave her a PhD, MIT. But then I thought all these things are very quizzical. We have got to ask our mission astronomer. Her name is Ameya. Ameya Lakshmi is sitting here. She is our mission astronomer because she is going to join graduate school in astronomy. She is going to do master's degree and a PhD like this and go and settle down on Jupiter. Baba will bless her. With Baba's blessing, you can reach Jupiter or any other planet, even this one, K218b. But then I was talking about what junction? Asavali, right? In the Asavali junction, there is no professor, there is no Maya. There is a Ramachandra Borkar, the husband who is a perfect, you all thought is a perfect devotee of Shirdi Sai. Ramachandra Borkar was a perfect non-devotee, an atheist, right? Yeah, agnostic person, absolutely no faith in Shirdi Baba. He would even kill Shirdi Baba statues if he finds one in Ashavali. This is a village near Nasik. You all know Nasik, but not Ashavali. His wife, on the other hand, was everything that he is not. Her name is Chandrabai. Chandrabai had a great faith in Shirdi Baba. She would do anything, give her life for Shirdi Baba. She used to visit all temples in Nasik. She wanted to build a temple in Asavali, but then ultimately she built several years later, she built one Ville Parli in Mumbai. Her story would put all of us to shame because she didn't take 107 years to discover Shirdi Sai. She found Shirdi Baba through various stories. Can you hear me? Through various stories and her own life, her own husband's life. Ramachandra Borkar fell sick and it was 103 degrees. That night, she didn't know what to do. There was no doctor in Asavali. You had to come to Nasik. She lacked transportation, therefore she was wondering what to do. And then that night, a fakir came in the dream and said, a particular thing, patta leke jao, and patta mein, you just put it on a castor oil and then heat it and then put it on his this thing, forehead, he will be all right. He said that and then disappeared, and she did that, and then when she did that, within 15 minutes, this 103 became normal. She had not seen many miracles in life. That night, Shirdi Baba came in her dream, Chandrabai. Very great devotees, such devotees these days. I've been talking in every satsang about such devotees. You will compare her with Sita Devi, right? Sita Devi. There is one Sita Devi here, Sita Singh here. This is Ramachandra Tarkar's wife, Sita Devi, right? You should all become that. But then this Chandrabai appears to be a forerunner, pre-runner for even Tarkar, Mrs. Tarkar. That night the fakir appeared once again and said, ask your husband is okay, ask him not to go out of the home after 11 p.m. After 11 p.m., ask him not to stir out of the home. That night, the dream came next day, morning dream. This was an afternoon dream. And therefore, she tells the husband, this is what the fakir says, the same fakir who cured your illness, and says, don't go out after 11 p.m. He just, poo-pooed the suggestion, sorry for the English expression, and he just was irritated, and he said, he just laughed out. And he said, I'll go out, and he decided to go out after 11 p.m. He did go out after 11 p.m. Some friends joined, and then the railway station is pretty close by. He got with the friends onto the track number 3. He was talking, it was night time, it was 11, he wanted to challenge his wife. Look what happened. He was very oblivious of the famous city, Manmad, yeah. There's a Manmad mail express, it was an express, it was called mail in those days. Manmad mail was coming, he was very oblivious, he was talking. There was a headlight, there was a bend near Ashavali. If anybody is from Ashavali, you will know. There's a bend in the track, it gets steaming fast into the station, and that station, Manmad Express, doesn't stop. There was a passenger train. The passenger train was coming very slowly. It went past Ramachandra Borkar, and then he was talking, interested, completely lost, when Manmad Express knocked him off. It didn't run over him. It knocked him off, and then he went far away from the station. This is the third track for the expresses. There was second. On the middle of second and first track, he fell down. Fortunately for him, Chandra Boy was looking, because in the vicinity of the station there is a home. In those days, village station. She was looking through the window. My husband didn't listen to me, listen to the fakir, this fakir. I'm sure she believed the fakir was Shirdi Baba. He is not listening, and therefore this accident, she came out running and shouting, please save my husband. By the time a porter and a few onlookers after the train, for the passenger train, they all came out and then took Ramachandra Borkar out of the tracks into the home. By the time, he was very painful on the right leg at 2 spots below the knee, and then it looked like fracture. Next day, early morning, the railways doctor came and confirmed there are 2 bones fracture. 1 bone is completely broken. Told the husband, at the time, he cannot insist, he is suffering. That night, the doctor came some medicines, and then whatever medicine Ashavali could produce, and then he came and absolutely no use. It was not of any benefit, and therefore he was still suffering. Ramachandra Borkar we are talking about. That night, the fakir came in the dream, okay? And in the dream he said, Zarasa desiccated coconut is called kopra. In Tamil or Telugu and Hindi, it's a Hindi word, kopra. Kopra leke, place it over the injury, okay? Desiccated kopra. And then make a mixture of vani. Vani was a local Maharashtra fruit. Even today it's called vani. Take a little bit of vani, turmeric, and then a little bit of jondela. Jondela is in the local lingua for jowar grain. So jondela, our professor may know, he lived in Maharashtra. Jondala leke, and then foment the bandaged area. We have already bandaged, and doctor has bandaged. Foment that area with this medicine after heating. Chandrabai did so. This is the 3rd dream she is getting. The same fakir, the same face. She has not seen Shirdi Baba until that time. She is going to build a temple later on. That is the story here, brief story. Chandrabai did exactly so, and then the pain decreased within 2 hours. And then the doctor and others were very surprised. And within a month, Borkar was completely cured without any surgery, nurse, doctor. Even that railway doctor was nonplussed, wondering what happened. At that point, why did you apply this medicine? Who told you? And then she tells the doctor, she tells Ramachandra Borkar that this medicine was given to her in the dream by the fakir. Now we have to do a little bit of a fast forward for a reason, because there's a long story, and if I start talking about Chandrabai and Ramachandra Borkar, there won't be any time for that planet, so many trillion miles away. Neither will be time for Ameya Lakshmi. These are all very young devotees, they're all saying, if she says, I'm going to Jupiter, either she doesn't like the human beings around, including Sai uncle, that's okay. She doesn't like Nandakishore Maharaj, his daughter. He doesn't like anybody. Even if my wife gives nice rasam and rice, basmati rice, she will eat and then say, I am anyway going to Jupiter. I see so many people, a girl in Houston who wants to become, what do you want to become in life? Young boys will say, fire engine, right? Fire engine driver or something. This girl, 13 plus, said, I want to become President of the United States. Actual story, she may be watching in Houston. Hello. I answered, said, Uncle, nobody has given this answer. I showed her the route, finally told her, she accepted this route, I can travel. But then there is one question for your dad. What is that, Uncle? Said, please ask him to check his bank balance. It should be minimum of $10 million before you start running on that road. And then the dad was there. He said, no, I'll make her something else. What is it, something? IT. The whole world is following IT. Right? If not IT, it is MD. Right? IT and MD. These 2 areas are ferment and open, and I don't know what she is doing. She still wants to run for mayor of Houston, probably youngest mayor. She did that. Chandrabai made up my mind. In between, there were several miracles happened. She made up her mind in 1892. 1918, she was there when Baba breathed his last, saying, Chandrabai's first visit was in 1892, and then she witnessed several divine leelas. some of which I collected with great difficulty. I collected from several books on the internet. I don't have any time. That helped strengthen her faith. Shraddha. Shraddha itni ho gayi, she started teaching. By the time Ramachandra Borkar also had become a little bit of a, non-agnostic, if you will, and he started showing no irritation at the statue because she herself had a statue. Baba also liked every day, she stayed there for quite some time in 1892. Baba gave lots of udi. Every day she will go for the arati and collect some udi. And then carefully, she puts it in a packet or in a bag, and then she starts collecting. So several days she stayed there. She knew Baba's udi's power and potency. One fine afternoon after the arati, Baba gave one of his, anybody knowing the story? Chandrabai story. Gave one of his tooth. He just plucked the tooth, it was loose. Can you believe? Baba gave a tooth, and that tooth gave her so much in life. She kept it carefully in the puja room. Hers is the only puja room who had a tooth, live tooth of Shirdi Baba in the entire universe. And she keeps it, her descendants are still keeping it. I'll give you Vile Parle address. If you come to me, you can go and see. Our professor lived in Mumbai, he knows that. Chandrabai had so much of love for Shirdi Baba, or vice versa. On another occasion, Baba called her. He used to call Chandrabai Bai, very lovingly. Hare Bai, suno, idhar aao. Come here. And he gave a small portrait drawn by, who is that? Who is that famous drawer of, painter? Yeah, Jaikar, right? Shamrao Jaikar's picture, small picture he gave. That Jaikar's portrait is still there in her Vile Parle home and is taken care of by her descendants. And in one of the visits I'm going from 1892 to 1918. In one of the visits, by the time she became very close, maybe closer than Savitri Ben. I've been talking about Savitri Ben's at least once in every satsang because Baba used to love her so much. This kind of a divine love, not everybody got it, right? Baya Jama got it, Savitri Ben got it, Professor G.G. Norke, who became professor in Pune, Baba loved him much more than even Shama. And then he liked so much on a divine level other people like Nana Chandorkar and other people. The one who stayed next to her, what's her name? The one who came at the age of 14, having Dwarakamayi, right? I read about so many devotees, the current devotees, I get lost in the world. Dwarakamayi. Chandrabai visited in Shirdi in 1918. Baba asked her, Bai, with great love, what is your heart's desire? To which she kept quiet. Baba continued, ask for it, Bai, it will be granted to you, anything you want. The only other person he used the same language was R.B. Purandare. I told Purandare, he came very close and then he did that and then said, he even minded it. What, I am not a boy. But then he said, he was playing with Purandare. He said, ask me anything you want. Anything you want, I will give you. And that's what he said. But then here, Chandrabai replied, Baba, you are Antaryami. What is that you do not know? All my desires are given by you, you know that. So I need not tell you anything. She again kept quiet. At that time, Chandrabai was 48 years old and she yearned to have a child. 48 yearning for a child, you know what else I need not tell you. But she never asked Baba to grant her the wish. Chandrabai had all the other qualities to get a child. Shraddha, Saburi and all other prayers and all other rituals, pujas. She also believed that nothing was impossible for Shirdi Baba. 3 years later, 1921, her menses had stopped in 1921. She was already, 51 years old, 48 plus 3. 51 years old. 5 months later, that is 1921, I have the month not necessary, 5 months later, her stomach started bloating. She thought she had continuous vomiting in 1921, 3 years and 2 days after Shirdi Baba's Mahasamadhi, she had started vomiting. And one of the local famous gynecologists, Dr. Purandare, came and met with this lady and said, you have a tumor in your stomach. We have got to operate that immediately. Doctors are no gods, right? Particularly, they also learn a lot. I talked about a doctor in the last two satsangs. What? I talked about the doctor who became very famous after getting that footprint from Narahari. What is the doctor's name? Huh? No. Anyway. Huh? Javeri, yeah. Dr. Javeri, he was an MBBS and he is also an MBBS with advanced degree, gynecologist. He said, you have to, this thing, come to tomorrow morning 8 a.m., you come there and we will have to do that. But Chandrabai was very adamant, insisted she would wait for 10 months. I would rather wait for 10 months, she said in Marathi and Hindi. I am not coming, I am not agreeing for your this thing. I am not having a tumor in my stomach, it's something else. Because she was a great devotee of Shirdi Baba, she knew what it was. Exactly. Purandare patiently explained also, you are, my dear Chandrabai, you are 51, and after a long and continued absence of childbirth, you cannot have a child, and particularly you are at 51, so there is no conception for so long, so pregnancy is impossible. That is medical science. She said that is medical science. My science of Shirdi Baba is different. That was the only answer she said. She was adamant, her health deteriorated, and then she was taking the last 5 months of her condition, we'll call it pregnancy. She took woody and water. These are the only things she drank and ate, nothing else for the last 5 months, the last 5 months of her trimester. A son was born 3 years and 2 days after Baba's Samadhi. Exact date I know. To the surprise of everyone, she had a very safe and very nice delivery without a doctor, without a nurse, and without any medication. Baba once said to Dikshit, Kaka Sahib Dikshit, about Chandrabai, I'll exactly quote in English. She is a sister of mine for 7 birds. Wherever I go, she comes searching after me. She is a sister for 7 generations. This was told to Kaka Sahib Dikshit, and Kaka Sahib Dikshit made an elaborate note. From that, I picked it up. In July 1918, Chandrabai visited Shirdi. Baba turned to her and said, again with the same love, Are Bhai, Suno, you need not come all the way to see me here. There is another devotee who said the same thing. Who is that? The Bhivpuri temple builder. What is his name? Anyway, you might have forgotten. Keshav Pradhan. He said the same thing. He went on coming. He insisted, he was also adamant, you are not coming there. Finally, Baba said, I am living there with you. The Bass Pro image that was given to Keshav Pradhan. It's one of my lectures the last 6 months ago. Keshav Pradhanji, you can talk about him. What a great devotee, what a great devotee is. Uncle, what a great devotee and son. At this point, he said, Boy, you need not come here all the way. Don't trouble yourself and come to see me here. No. Henceforth, I am with you wherever you go, wherever you are. 24 hours a day, 24 ghante. I will be with you, so don't worry coming over here. She left with mixed thoughts. The July 1918, I told you for a reason, right? His love and compassion overwhelmed her, and when I read that, I also started weeping. She broke into tears, me too. After getting the Udi Baba at that visit, stating that Baba was often thinking about her, she knew that. She went to Panchagani. Her only visit to Panchagani, she went there, and then while going to Panchagani, she saw around, it was terrific, it was beautiful, it was serene. Her mind was restless. Because if you are a great devotee of Shirdi Baba, you can see the future, just like I do. When somebody comes, I see their future. Instantly, Baba shows me. Even if he doesn't want, if she doesn't want, I just keep quiet. If they want, they say something else, I say, your future is like this. We will have to change it. So do these things, do those things, come to Shirdi Baba, come to lecture. Every day night you see that mantra, Janam Janmo Janmai, right? Sri Charana Sri Bhagyasai. Say that once, say that 100 times, say that 11 times. Your pop will go away. All these things, Baba has given you, so do that. And that is how Chandrabai knew very much inside that something is going to happen, and therefore she was very, very restless. After a few days, it was October, she got a letter from Kaka Sahib Dikshit, stating that the letter said, Baba is very often thinking about you. Baba is very often talking about you. She's one of the devotees Baba used to think all the time, and then Dikshit or Shama or Booty used to talk. So here is a letter that says that Baba is always talking about you, Baba is always thinking about you. That was overwhelming. She came. The last sentence of the letter said, his health is continuously deteriorating and he is in a very bad health. By the time it was October 12th night, she is reading that on October 12th night. And then 13th, 14th, she reaches Dwarakamayi. When she reaches Dwarakamayi, Nimonkar is there. Baba is dying. Baba is on the lap of, you know the story, Nimonkar, and Nimonkar brings the last glass of water. But before the last glass of water, Satcharita does not say this. Other people's very great devotees' diary says that it was Chandraba. What's his name? Chandrabai. Chandrabai was the one who took cup of water and gave it to Shirdi Baba. Remember this is not there in any book. I had to, I did not struggle, I didn't struggle, but I was reading something and about Chandrabai from various sources. It said that she went and brought water. After that, Baba drank the water and then blessed her. After that, Nimonkar, right, gave the water, and then Baba said what? Baba passed away. The descendants of Chandrabai still live in Villeparle, Mumbai. She has built a beautiful temple for her Ishta Devata, Shirdi Baba, and very next to her home in Villeparle. Anybody who has seen the temple? It is there for several years. The temple is very unique as it has got the idol in this pose. Not in this pose. Favorite pose, Dwarakamayi. This is not Dwarakamayi pose. So there's one of the two temples in India which has got Dwarakamayi pose in an official temple. So that has become very unique. I talked about Bhivpuri, Keshav Pradhan. I spoke about Ratnagiri of Dada Kadam. And here comes, other than Shirdi, here comes the third temple in Villeparle. When I talk about all these things, all these people, very glorious people, what do you think of? 107 years have gone by. The years should reduce. I told you also you should be in dhyan mode and then listen to the satsang, because only satsang should be there. All the noise should go away. So during the satsang, you have to remove that noise from your mind. That's very easy. If you just keep on thinking about Chandrabai, Ramachandra Borkar, and the train coming, whistling in, knocking him off, some such similar occasion to some relative, right? You need not go through car accidents. Long ago, I met a devotee in Atlanta. And that devotee's wife told me, my sister and sister's husband, children, and then my mother, father, everybody was going in from Chengalpet to Chennai by a car. The car met with the lorry drivers. There was a small road, and then the lorry drivers come at 80, 90 miles an hour. And they are also, some of them are DWI, right? So they came and hit the car. Everybody died on the spot. Vishy. She remembers all the stories because she was there. In Atlanta, during that visit, you took us. You introduced me to Atlanta, right? To the great devotee, Rajan's home, right? Where Lord Krishna is dancing around in the first floor with Gopikas. I could name everybody. Because they are all Maharishis. If you know Maharishi, all the Gopikas, the girls who are dancing around are actually Maharishis. Lord Krishna brought, and he had a picture. Sri Rajan. Am I right? Millions of devotees, Rajan, yes. He was a classic devotee. Chandrabai became one of the greatest devotees through this temple. Kadam became one of the best devotees Baba ever had through the Ratnagiri temple. The building of the Ratnagiri temple I explained graphically in about 6 satsangs before, right? How Baba came in the dream and chose that home for the temple. First for his home, residence, and then for the temple. Some of you may remember, some of you come for all the satsangs. You can never forget Ratnagiri. I said, when you go to Maharashtra, is it in Maharashtra? Ratnagiri, yeah. So you go to Ratnagiri, I said. We ourselves, my wife is saying next time to India, we will go to Ratnagiri and now Vile Parle. And then we will go to, of course, Narasimha Saraswati and others. Do you have time? I asked this question, there is a background. There is one young devotee, high school student in Houston. Someday, about 1 year ago, I did a satsang. I asked her, she being an high schooler, I asked her, oh no, you are in deep meditation, you listen to this lecture. She will find her way. She will find her way very well. I asked her, how did you like the satsang today? I happened to see her in her home. She said, are you watching me? That's all she said. I didn't hear anything. Finally, with great effort, I found out, because I didn't know what it is. I kind of, was imagining, visualizing this could be that. I asked her mother. No, I don't know really what she's saying. My mother asked the question, how did Uncle fare? The lecture, satsang. That's all I saw. Finally, of course, I have to tell you, okay, did you make out anything from that lip syncing, lip movement? All that she was saying is too long. Now you know why I'm hesitating now to continue. She's watching my son. Hello, Anjali, her name. She told mother, if uncle talks for more than 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I'll go. Don't worry, I'll myself. The mother said, I'll myself ask her to go. And ask me only when he finishes all the, puja and all that, and then I'll come for the prasad. Because that day, she listened for 1 hour and 10 minutes. The satsang was in her own home. And good news, today the satsang she's listening in her own home. That is why I brought Anjali into this lecture. Very bright student, both the brother and Anjali. Extremely, they're saying very good in basketball or volleyball or whatever ball she's playing. Very good in sports and very cute, very nice, very smart. She talks with me. Only thing is I can't understand. So the mother is now giving her training. What is meant by? So you got to say it too long. So this became a very big, something people enjoyed, and she must be talking very loudly these days. On the banks of Kaveri, there is a Krishna temple. Banks of Kaveri and Godavari, they are all the same, and this Kaveri was running near Mysore. Kodagu is the mountain, is the source. And then it was running there is a beautiful country, my Karnataka, Mysore. And then there was a small dilapidated temple. For thousands of years, this temple was there. Lord Krishna came in the dream of one Jayanagar woman who was in her prime of youth, in her 30s. He came in her dream and said, my temple is very dilapidated. I cannot come there to the temple. There is no prasad given to me. Except Kaveri is also white sands. There is hardly any water in Kaveri. The current conditions, Lord Krishna knows. He could have brought some water. I don't know, there must be reason, right? Karma reasons of Karnataka state. In the dream, Krishna said, you appoint a pujari and then appoint also a salary, and give him a salary. Also send money regularly for the fruits and this thing for Archana. Every day, 3 aratis should be taken and Archana should be done. All these things are appearing. Krishna, Sakshat Krishna appears, and then the lady said, I'll do it, and she started sending. The committee was formed in Jayanagar, or wherever, Malleshwaram, Bangalore, and then they started sending, appointed a pujari. And then she maintained the temple, and the temple became very popular. Today, from a small one-room, sanctum sanctorum, today it has got a compound and a huge temple for Lord Krishna. Gods are one and the same. I'm not saying Shirdi Baba is different from this thing, Dattatreya is different, Sri Charana is different. Sri Charana is God of all gods, right? Mother of all gods. Well, we recognize that because we read so. All gods are the same, he himself says. You pray before Shirdi Baba, the prayer will come to me, Sri Charana says. So all gods are the same. This lady became a very great Krishna devotee. And times passed, just like 1892 to 1918. Her time also passed, and she became 91 years old. I happened to have a very good chance of meeting with this lady and talking about her love for Lord Krishna. She knew I am Sai uncle, she knew everything, and then second day she called me and said, one of the two persons who called me by this name, Vishwanathan, come and Baito, sit in front of me. I was 72, she was 92. Chalega, you know? This lady told me in 1992, Mama, I want to ask you how long you will live. I said, hey, why not 100 years? But then Baba has given you 94 years. She said, oh, 94 years. I'm already not hearing. She brought her hearing aid. She could hardly hear, even with the hearing aid. So, yeah, cook was there. They had appointed a cook. And the daughter was also there. I'll tell you the name of the daughter at the end. She was also standing there. She is also a very great devotee of Shirdi Baba. She knows me very well, and we were all together. She was there, and Vaishnavi was there. I was talking with her. She said, Vishwanathan, my life has been like that. She was an executive woman marrying a great civil engineer who built, one of the engineers who were in charge of building Krishna Dam. That's one of the world's marvels, even today in India. It's in Karnataka, right? Krishna Dam. And he was one of the, probably deputy chief or chief engineer. That was her husband. Srimati Iyengar, her name is Srimati Manjula Iyengar. Manjula ji told me, my husband used to take me to all executive homes. I used to talk with everybody. She was an orator in the high school and college, talks English like it's nobody's business. I enjoyed her English, and I enjoyed more than English the content she was talking. She was vehemently telling, I don't hear, nothing. And then I'm here, and then my daughter is in the United States. My other daughter is in Bangalore. She's taking care of me once a month, twice a month she will come. My grandson is in Boston, so he will come and take care of me. My sister's sons who are in California, they will come and take care of me. Meaning, she was very alone. I said, what about Lord Krishna? If you are a devotee of Lord Sai or Lord Krishna, you are not alone. You have got to think of him, meditate, and like my email says, first paragraph, you can think of him and then reduce your loneliness to, a lot of unloneliness, if you will. Lots of company you will have. God gives you a lot of company. She regretted very much, and I am going to die after 94. I said, yes. 14 days ago, she passed away on the way in the car of her son-in-law's car. She passed away on the way to the hospital, 94 years old. Srimati Manjula Iyengar is the fond mother of Srimati Nandini, who is in my mission in Houston, one of the mightiest corporate executives I have seen. I don't know her age. She looks like 40, 45, but she is actually 69, 68, 61. We don't know her age. She doesn't know. We see her all the time in Houston. We call her not Nandini. You have to call her Nandini. Otherwise, she will kill you. So, Nandini, she is in Bangalore today, along with Nandini's only son, Amrit. That's why Amrit is not here today. The tall gentleman who visits with me, right, in the puja is not here. He is in Bangalore. That lady used to love this family so much, love all the daughters and sons-in-laws. And Srimati Manjula Iyengar told me, so Vishwanathan, I'm going to live only for about 2.5 years. I said, yes, that's what Baba says. What is Krishna saying? Krishna can overrule that. She's a great devotee of Krishna. Several executive stories, she said. She used to be talking with all the engineers who built that dam, world-famous dam. And then all of them will listen to her with rapt attention, more than her husband. Her husband was a very intelligent man. I have forgotten his name. So I've been praying for her soul to rest in peace. That 1 minute I spent, after some humor, that 1 minute belongs to Srimati Manjula Iyengar. The obsequies ceremonies were held just today. I got a text message. There is a similar story like Srimati Manjula Iyengar. It's about Eknath Kamble and Usha Kamble, about whom I'm going to talk now, just very briefly, because it's a magnificent story. I want to tell you, Can I take this time? This is a very lovely story. You listen to that and we will do the puja. Eknath Kamble, he didn't like, but then Eknath's wife, Usha Kamble, his wife, had all the affection and love for Shirdi Baba. Joshi was a great lover, a dear friend of this hater of God, who is Eknath. At that point, Joshi's wife one day went. Joshi is a great lover. He went and bought a Shirdi Baba idol. They are great. She's a great lover of Shirdi Baba. The idol had a certain height. She brought it. When she brought it, there was already a puja mandir. Already a puja mandir was bought, ready-made in the market by Usha's husband, Joshi. Okay. I'm sorry. The wife of Joshi bought. Usha is Kamble's wife. There are too many people. So Joshi's wife brought the idol, clay idol, and then within that they kept it there. Unfortunately, much to their chagrin, it was 2 inches longer than the the puja mandir they made. So Joshi was feeling very sorry, and then his wife said, it's all right. Joshi called his friends, hey, what can we do? Some people said, go and immerse it in the river. There in Maharashtra. Immerse it in the river somewhere in Juhu Beach or, Marine Drive. Or somebody said, you just destroy the statue. Somebody said, leave it in Shirdi Baba Mandir. Joshi didn't like any of these things. He just thought of the neighbor, friend, Eknath Kamble, Eknath's wife, Usha. It's a great devotee of Shirdi Baba. He stealthily went there and said, would you love to have a clay idol of Shirdi Baba? She immediately grabbed it. And then the same time Eknath was in the office. He went to the office and therefore Joshi went and bought a Swami mandir, puja mandir, and then they measured the size and then they arranged it in the puja shelf and then brought peda and other things. They did the puja, the rituals were undergone. Once the rituals were undergone and complete, Usha started crying. It was already about 4:45, 5, and Joshi wanted to know, why are you crying? Said, my husband will come and look at that. We got to bear the brunt of his anger. He does not like any statue, no God statue, no Sadguru. Shirdi Baba, he does not like, and therefore he'll be very angry. I don't know what to do with Joshi, and said, we will stay here. We will take his anger. And then he kept one peda in his hand. Eknath came, and a peda was given by Joshi, best friend to Eknath. Eknath loves peda, just like Professor Raghumama. Sorry for confidential things I'm breaking. Mama loves peda. Whenever there is a peda, even if it is here, the moment puja is over, I'll hand over the plate to Raghumama. It's a different story. Raghumama will give it to all of you, okay? And one to me also. He took the peda and then he told Joshi, Are bhai Joshi, you are my Atma Dost. I love you very much. I like your wife very much. We are here for a very long time, for a number of years. But then I'll take care of all my wife's puja and all that. But don't expect me to do a puja for Shirdi Baba. Don't expect me to take care of the statue. Don't expect me to bring all the materials for the puja, flowers, etc. I will not do anything. They were very happy. Ushaji was very happy. His wife said, it's all right. So, story goes, several times it was going there, and they all left. And after that, there were several squabbles in the home between husband and wife. Who? Usha Kamble and Eknath Kamble. Eknath and Usha were fighting over the statue continuously. There was no peace at all. And after a few weeks, I'll shorten the story. Oh, anyway, Anjali is taking rest. She's left the lecture room. She's in her home. But that's all right. I expect her to do that. No problem. Eknath came to know in his office there's going to be a departmental exam. And if you write the departmental exam, I will get a promotion to the next post. In India, they call it post. Next position, and then therefore maybe a manager or a head clerk or supervisor. And then I'll get an increased amount, a salary raise, right? 4% salary raise. And therefore, he decides he's waiting for the day. The squabbles are going on. The date was 1 week later, the date for the exam was announced. When the date for the exam was announced, he found out, much to his happiness or thrill, there are only exactly 15 days for the date of exam. And from the 15 days, what to do? There's absolutely no peace in home. Ushaji, he is fighting with Ushaji, and she is going and crying in front of Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba is just looking at it. Nobody understands, right? My ways are very mysterious. That's what he says. And at that point, he starts studying that night, and absolute peace came into his home. He muted, Shirdi Baba, our uncle, muted Ushaji, and she's a great devotee. It's easy to mute a great devotee. And then this fellow goes to office, and then his routine became he drew a standard table. I'll come home and sleep until 2 a.m. I'll wake up at 2 a.m., just like, pre-med students who come there who study up to 2:30. They keep an alarm at 7:30. Give me a break. 7:30 they sleep until 10:30 and then wake up. 2:30 they go to bed, right? They have to sleep for 6 hours. So this fellow keeps an alarm. 3 a.m. he wakes up and then very calmly he thinks 2 a.m. and he thinks he is going to study. He starts first day, he starts studying. He gets very drowsy because, he was not a pre-med student, therefore he is at about 1:30 he wants to get a cat nap and he's very, very drowsy, his eyes are all sinking. Therefore, he starts dozing off. When he is dozing off, the doorbell rings. When the doorbell is ringing, he is thinking, what the heavens, somebody is coming at, the midnight, 2 o'clock. He's just sleepy and then he goes and opens the door to find no one standing there. Nobody is standing there at 2, and then he is just looking everywhere in his front yard and then closes the door and then gets back. Washes, takes a shower, used to take a shower at 2:30 and then goes back to study. Okay, and then starts sleeping. The next day also he comes back from office and then he starts studying the alarm. His alarm, he starts studying at 2 o'clock. At about 3:15, 3:10 exact time. This is a real story. 3:10 he starts dozing off. And when he is about to doze off, the doorbell alarm, very wild alarm goes off. Normally, more than, wilder than it's normal. So he goes there, who is this person? I got to find out today. So third day it goes the same. So one day he comes outside and then say, today I'll catch him by the collar. So he's sitting directly under the doorbell. Okay, under the doorbell he's sitting there and he finds out, and under the doorbell at about 3:45, he is dozing off. When he is dozing off, a big doorbell is heard inside the home. There is nobody there. He is sitting there. He is not pressing the bell. So he is wondering, he is getting some idea. He cried in front of the idol, right? He cried, there is no peace, Baba. For about half an hour he cried, and then he didn't believe in Shirdi Baba, but then he was compelled to. And now there is a doorbell. He realized when he came inside, it is Shirdi Baba who is doing this doorbell. To keep me studying for the exam. By the time the exam is just 6 days away, and then from next day onwards, he is studying. When there is a cat nap, the doorbell goes. And he doesn't go outside because he knows the doorbell goes, it is Shirdi Baba doing. Fast forward, he writes the exam in all the subjects, all multiple choice essays, everything. He gets a top rank and passes. And then, when he is passing, next day he is sleeping early because he is very happy. The oral exam is just 1 week. At that time when he is sleeping, a fakir comes to the home. Ushaji opens the door. When she is seeing a fakir, he runs back and then takes a 1 rupee coin. He comes and hands it over to the fakir. The fakir says, Maji, I have not come here to beg for alms. I have not come here to take anything from you. I am here to tell you that your husband will pass the oral exam with flying colors, and then you need not worry, you just go and sleep. At that point, she goes in and brings some rice and her thing, basmati rice, blah, blah, rice. She comes and gives it. Baba says, that fakir says, no, I am not going to accept anything. You understand what I stood there? He disappears. 6 days later, he appears in the oral exam and then he passes with flying colors. He gets a state first. Who? Eknath, Ushaji's husband. And then he repents a lot. There is a lot of story in this particular episode number 52 maybe. He has got lots of miracles in his life. And then he comes to know the importance of Shirdi Sai after this doorbell, all right? And then I stop here because before I stop, I got to tell you this. After the exams are over, when he passes even the oral, the doorbell stopped ringing. Yeah, right? And there is one person in the audience in this August congregation who knows this story. Her name is also Ushaji. Usha is here, and because she often tells me, Mama, is this story from that book? It is not only from that book. I have her papers. I am in touch with that doctor, MD. And then most of the people I am in touch with. Hemant Pant's grandson. Once upon a time somebody came. There is a Sai auntie in Chicago. She introduced Hemant Pant's grandson to me. And Ramachandra Atmaram Tharkar's Jyotindra Atmaram, Jyotindra Ramachandra Tharkar's son Virendra Jyotindra Tharkar. Virendra Jyotindra Tharkar has a son and a daughter. What is the daughter's name? IBM employee? Sugal. That's the correct name. Sugalji came to Chicago once. She called me all the way from there and said, you belong to the illustrious family of Ramachandra Atmaram Tharkar and Sita Devi. You are calling me? No, uncle. Sai auntie told so much about me. Yes, Sai auntie has visited you from Fort Worth to Arlington. Arlington, right? Arlington, yeah. Arlington. When I was in an apartment, she used to come and visit with me. Sai auntie told me everything about the third generation. Everybody is still living. That is why Ville Parle residence, I told you. That's why I'm talking about Ratnagiri. When I talk about Ratnagiri, the descendants of Kadam would be in touch with me. That is how I'm living my life, because lots of people are in touch with me, lots of emails, lots of texts, lots of letters. I don't have 24 hours, goes like 24 seconds to me. So please get ready for the puja. I have taken probably about 10 minutes more than what I should. As I often insist to devotees, when you are ready collecting, it's very important to attend this satsang and puja. Because I am one of the very few persons, the only person who does Shirdi Baba satsangs in English language. So it is eternally heard in India and all other countries. And then I am the only person who does this puja after seeing Shirdi Baba and getting his singing, physically getting his blessings. Several times in my adult life, 3 times. The third reason is, I want to see most of you become great spiritual aspirants, and therefore you will get all your promotions. The assistant vice president will become vice president. The vice president will become president, right? And then if possible become CEO. There is an illustrious example in Austin, where that female devotee is sitting there. When she was just an ordinary clerk, when I told her 12 years ago, you will become deputy CEO, her husband laughed. He said, Mama, what are you smoking? Yeah, he knows that I am smoking chillam, Baba's chillam. But then I smoked chillam and said, that has become true. She is rubbing her shoulders with the CEO of the company once a month, the deputy CEO twice a month, and she is tipped to become a senior director in charge of Europe, United States, and South India, and one more country. So listen to these stories and in a state of meditation so that you will remember. If you remember, the nirvikalpa sthiti is easy to attain in one janma. If you attain nirvikalpa sthiti, you will do your job extremely well. Your health will be a top notch, as that devotee is wondering. Your health will be okay. You will get all your desires fulfilled. So many devotees are reporting to me, Mama, that happened, Mama, this happened. Mama, that is going to happen. I tell so many devotees who are waiting to become CEO, who lost their job, they are going to become less salary, but they are going to attain great positions. This is in India. And great positions in Houston. Very great positions in Fremont, California. Everywhere people are following Shirdi Baba and attending this puja. That is the secret. Attend this puja. Om Sri Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sri Lakshmi Narayana Namaha. Om Sri Sai Krishna Rama Siva Maruti Yati Rupaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sesha Saine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Godavari Tata Shiladi Vasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Hridayalaya Namaha. Leave it. Thank you. Om Sri Sai Sarva Hridaya Vasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Hridaya Vasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Buddha Vasaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhuda Bhavishya Pavavarjitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Kalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Darpadamanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Mrityunjayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amartyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Martya Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jivadaryaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvadaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Samarthaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Pradiknyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Annavastradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Arogyakshemadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Dhanamangalya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Dhanamangalya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Riddhi Siddhidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Putra Mitra Kalatra Bandhudaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Yoga Shema Vahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Yoga Shema Vahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Apad Bandhavaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Marga Bandhave Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhukti Mukti Swarga Pavargadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Preeti Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Antaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sachidatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramasugataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Nityanandaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Swarupine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jagadapitreye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktanam Matrudatru Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Paradinaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Anugraha Kataraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Saranagada Vatsalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Vairagyadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prema Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samshaya Hridaya Daurbalya Papa Karma Vasana Shayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Hridaya Granthi Bedagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sutta Sasvastidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Karmadvamsine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Gunadida Gunatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ananta Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Durdarsha Shobhaya Namaha. Aparajitaya Namaha. Trilekeshu Abhigata Gataye Namaha. Asakya Rahidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Sakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Surupa Sundaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Arubhavyaktaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ashintaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Manovagatitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Premamurtaye Namaha. Sulabhadurlabhaya Namaha. Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. Anathanatha Dina Bandhave Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvabharaptute Namaha. Akarmaneka Karma Sukarmine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Punyachravana Kirtanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Tirthaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Vasudevaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satam Gataye Namaha. Satparayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Loganathaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhavana Nagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amrutamsave Namaha. Amrutamsave Namaha. Om Shri Sai Brahmacharya Tapasaryadi Suvrataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Yogeshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhagavate Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satpurushaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Satyadattva Bodhagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kamadi Sadvairi Dvamsine Namaha. Abedanandanubhava Prabhaya Namaha. Samasarvamata Sammataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Atpudananda Charyaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Prabhannarti Haraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samsara Sarva Dukkha Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samsara Sarva Dukkha Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samsara Sarva Dukkha Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvantar Bhagistidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Sarva Bhishta Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samarasa Shanmargastapanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Bhishta Pradaya Namaha. ओम श्री साई सर्वमंगलकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई श्री समर्थ सद्गुरु साईनाथाय नमः। श्री साईनाथाय नमः। ओम श्री साई श्री अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक राजाधिराज योगिराज परब्रह्म श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। श्री साईनाथ महाराज की जय।
शिर्डी माझे पंढरपूर साई बाबा रमावर साई रमावर साई बाबा रमावर शुद्ध भक्ती चंद्रभागा भाव पुंडलिक जागा पुंडलिक जागा भाव पुंडलिक जागा राहू राहू अवघे जन करा बाबाची वंदन साईची वंदन करा बाबाची वंदन गणून म्हणे बाबा साई धाव पाव माझे आई पाव माझे आई धाव पाव माझे आई।
ॐ साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः। ॐ साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः।
ॐ साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः।
ॐ साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः।
ॐ साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः।